Xero made some UI changes to the bank reconciliation report, allowing you to add additional reports, customize column headers, and more. So let's take a look and see how this is going to impact your month-end process in Xero. So here we are in the bank reconciliation reporting area. You may be used to the 3 different reports: bank reconciliation summary, bank statement, and statement exceptions report. Now, as you can see, you have the ability to reorder or remove any of these reports. And in addition to that, add new reports. Xero has recently added the bank reconciliation detail report. And notice that you also have the ability to access other reports that you can now insert into this reporting package. For today, let's just go ahead and check out the bank reconciliation detail report though. So let's add that to our package. You'll see now under the contents, we have the 3 primary reports as well as the bank reconciliation detail. We can reorder this and move this to the front of the package if we'd like. Click apply and that'll maintain our changes. So you go through and enter in the date range. So we'll choose last month as the reconciliation period, the checking account, and notice here that you can now add the opening bank balance. So let's say you had $10,000 opening balance on your bank statement and then $15,000 as your closing balance. You now have the ability to add additional columns as well. So if you want to see more or less data, you can add those. For demonstration's sake, let's go ahead and add all 12 columns and then update this. Now, this is going to be pretty familiar if you've ever customized any reports within Xero. You can now reorder these columns and move any of this around. So if I wanted to move the amount closer, I could do that. Click apply. Now let's take a look at the contents of this report. The first thing that you'll notice is that the opening balance will now show the difference. And I moved that amount, so that's a little weird, but you've got the opening statement balance, bank statement, opening balance that we entered earlier, and then the difference between the two. You've got the bank reconciliation summary section, so just the condensed version of the report that you might be already used to. And notice too, as I'm scrolling up and down, the column headers remain fixed, which is really nice. I don't have to scroll all the way back up to the top to see what I'm looking at the bottom of the report. And then if I keep scrolling down, you have, outstanding payments, outstanding receipts, any line items that have not yet been categorized or coded within Xero. You also have the coded deposits and receipts. What it does is it just totals up your total deposits as well as your total withdrawals and payments. And then coming down to the bottom of this report, you'll see any coded transactions. Now, the one thing here is if you do decide that this report is helpful and you want to incorporate this into your month-end process going forward, you'll have to do one of 2 things. You're either going to have to save this report as a custom report, and then you would run that report on a go-forward basis so that it saves your customizations. Or the other method is to publish this report and then duplicate it for every future period that you run this. So there's 2 different methods, and I'll show you what that looks like. So first, let's go ahead and save this as a custom report. I'm going to save this, and it'll take us to the reporting section of Xero. If you come over to the custom tab, your custom report and all your custom reports will be saved here. But notice you can click the star, which is favoriting that report. And that report is now going to appear under your accounting tab within your favorites. So under accounting reports, you now have that bank rec detail report. I really like this method because it'll reduce the number of clicks that it takes to get you to the bank rec report. Now let's take a look at the second option. The second option is to publish this report. And if you're not already doing this, I highly recommend that you do. Best practice is to, once you've completed bank reconciliation, publish that report so that if there are any changes to financial data in prior periods, you have a reference point. So we'll call this bank rec detail checking. And then save this report. So let's say I wanted to do reconciliation for March. I'll come into this published report, and then I'm just going to copy and edit it. And what this is going to do is create a duplicate of the reporting package that I published for February. What's great about this method is it pulls in the old date ranges, the bank account that I did the rec for previously, as well as the opening and closing balances. So I can simply just copy and paste the closing balance into the opening balance, update this number, and be on my way. And there you have it. Those are the recent updates to the bank reconciliation reporting in Xero. I'm curious to know what you think about this new process and whether it's something that you plan on incorporating into your month-end reporting process. If you have any thoughts, love to hear it. Please comment in the section below, and I hope you enjoyed this video.